Welcome to the Trash Picture Show. I am back reviewing yet another Masters of the Universe Origins figures. And who am I reviewing today? I am reviewing Jitsu. This guy was actually one of the figures my brother owned back in the day, and one of many figures I dismantled in my infant state. And yeah, I had sent so many of these guys to the trash heap. I feel so bad for my brother. But I digress. I shall not look back, I shall look forward, and I shall look forward to opening this guy. This is another evil warrior of Skeletors. The character himself was introduced in, I think, the third or fourth wave, and it was in an animated episode called Dragon Invasion. Although, if I'm not mistaken, the hand was flesh, it wasn't gold. The character did go into production. Filmation were rather trepidatious of making this character because it slowly kind of dawned on them that this guy was racially problematic, because he did have a very kind of Charlie Chan, Genghis Khan kind of look to him. And yeah, my brother did have one of the original waves that gave the character a very oriental look. The second wave definitely had more of this look. He actually looks a lot more, dare I say, Maori with this. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but he looks Maori or Samoan. But yeah, they really pulled back on the Asian look. And yeah, I can kind of understand why, because they could easily have been misconstrued as being culturally insensitive and racist. Like, at the same time, you had problems. I think if wasn't Filmation that did it, it was another company had done Defenders of the Earth, and the Minda Merciless did land them in hot water in that series. But I digress. Jitsu, really cool character. Essentially, the kind of polar opposite of Fisto, a good guy with a metal hand who there's never really any connection shown. But whereas, like, Fisto rode around in Strider, Jitsu rode around in Night Stalker, so there was kind of parallels in that. But in color scheme and attitude and everything, they're obviously polar opposites. I am going to crack this box open, but before I do, let's have a closer look at it. So you obviously have the Classic Masters Universe packaging. Includes comic, and flip it over to the back. It shows the rest of the characters in a line. I think I have all of these guys. No, I don't. I don't have Sorceress. So in this wave, we had He-Man, Sorceress, Skeletor, Buzz-Off, Stratos, and Jitsu. And there is a really cool picture of Jitsu taking on He-Man, and it just shows some of the movements. Now, the sucky thing with these figures, I still think these figures are cool, but there was no spring swivel in the waist. So the likes of Fisto or Jitsu, they couldn't really do the kind of sudden slap, which kind of sucks. But I digress. I'm going to crack this guy open and we shall have a closer look. So don't go anywhere. I shall be right back. And we are back, and we are going to take a closer look at Jitsu. But before I look at the figure, let's have a look at the usual stuff that comes with these figures. First off is the mini comic. This was the same mini comic that came with Buzz-Off and Stratos. It actually features them. Have a quick flick through it. Yeah. Again, no dialogue in these comics. It shows Fisto fighting different creatures and obviously our heroes. If I'm not mistaken, it might have been a German Masters of the Universe magazine kind of gave an origin to Jitsu. He essentially traveled around the land looking for the most dangerous opponents, and Skeletor convinced him that He-Man would be a worthy adversary to test out his might. And yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty awesome. You have a kind of character who is honorable to a certain extent. I think that magazine also explained that there was an Eastern Empire in Eternia, or on Eternia, and there are parallels with the likes of Edo era Japan, and that's why essentially Jitsu looks the way he does, and why he has an expertise in martial arts. But I digress. Moving on, you also have this little instruction manual. This shows you all the detachable parts if you ever wanted to swap parts and make your own figure. There's just that. So, closer look at the figure. And here we have Jitsu. Now, again, I do not know why, but he kind of looks. Even when I was a kid, I remember thinking that he kind of looked like B.A. Baracus. I don't know. Maybe you're wrong. Well, what do you think? But so, closer look. He has a arm that pops off, which it shouldn't do that, but it does go up like that. Yeah, really nice kind of sculpting. He's got the top knot there. He's got the beard. The armor can be removed. And here you have the gold hand. So he can do kind of chops and stuff. He can do kind of karate chops or martial arts chops. And again, very much like Fisto has this kind of oversized limb or hand for combat. Articulation wise, usual thing with the articulation. Good joints. Leg wise, legs go up like that, and the joints can pivot. Same with the hands. Accessory wise, comes with this armor. No sheet in the back. That's something I think other characters should have been given. Skeletor and He-Man had sheets, but not the other characters. He comes with what's essentially the orange katana, and he can pop it into his hand like that, so he's ready to do some damage. So yeah, again, pretty cool character. They certainly pared back on the Eastern kind of look to his features, and again, this day and age I can understand why. But I do think my brother had a Fisto that looked like that, more closer to an Eastern kind of features or Asian features. But I digress. Still a pretty cool figure. I don't know. I think he looks a bit Samoan. I could be wrong. But yeah, guys, I am going to do a size comparison, so don't go anywhere. I shall be right back. And we are back, and here is a look at Jitsu standing in all his glory. And I am going to put his master next to him, the dreaded Skeletor. So again, scales up really well. And I am going to put his Eternian hero equivalent, the man with the name that needs no introduction, standing next to him. I am going to put the legend that is Fisto next to him. So again, he seems actually a bit taller than Fisto. Although that could be, I don't have Fisto's legs kind of posed up as well as I should. There we go. Is he still taller? Actually, he would seem to be a bit taller. That could be just me. And for fun, let's put his mount next to him. So, as I said, Fisto had Stridor, and Jitsu has the classic Night Stalker. No, not Richard Ramirez, the bloody horse, in case anyone's watching. But yeah, again, really cool figure. The gold, the kind of plastic vacuum hand is pretty cool. I like the character. They've definitely pared back on the Asian features, which I totally understand in this day and age. I don't know, I think he kind of looks Samoan. There's also elements of Mr. T. I don't know, I could be wrong. What do you guys think? Do you think he looks cool? Or do you think they made a mistake by changing the face sculpt from the Asian kind of aesthetic or the Asian features? Let me know in the comments below. And do you remember any particular episode featuring this guy or any particular comic? Let me know in the comments below. And yeah, have a good one. Take care. Bye now.